Hi, and welcome back to my series of lectures on parts of speech. This lesson is all about pronoun. In this lesson, I will teach you different types of pronouns and their uses. So, in this lesson, you will get to know about these types of pronouns. There are especially 8 types of pronouns, and all of them are here. Okay? So, before beginning my lecture, let's know what's the pronoun. Well, a pronoun is a word that is used instead of a noun or a noun equivalent. Okay, that is the word that we used at the place of a noun is called a pronoun. Okay, so at the very beginning, I will discuss with you the personal pronoun. Okay, there are 3 different persons. So that's why there are 3 types of personal pronoun. They are first person, second person, third person. And like noun, pronoun has 3 different cases. They are subjective cases, objective case, and possessive case that I have already written over there. Okay. So let's talk about the first person. First person is very easy, and the personal pronoun is used instead of a person or an object. Okay, let's see what are the personal pronoun are. Right, the first person. Okay, and they have the number, that is singular number, plural number, likewise. So let's see the first person here. I is the first person and it is singular. Okay, and it has 2 different forms. That is the objective form of I is me, and possessive form like my and mine. Okay, there is another first person that is plural. That is we. This is the subjective form, and the objective form of we is us. Okay, it has also the possessive forms, that is our and ours. Okay, so these 2 are specially known as the first person. I is singular and we is plural. So let's move on to the second person. Second person, you. Okay, you is a singular. If I just say you are a student, then you is singular. But if I say you are students, that is you will be then plural. Okay, so you can be used both as a singular and as a plural. Okay, so you has the objective form like you. Okay, the same as subjective form, and the possessive form is you, or you can write use. Okay, so plural is you itself. Same is the case with objective form, that is you, and in possessive form we will get the same forms here, that is use. Okay, so in case of third person, you can see he, she, and it. They are known as singular, third person singular number. Okay, and they have the objective form. The objective form of he is him. The objective form of she is her, and it itself. Okay, so let's move on to the possessive form of these 3 persons. That is the objective form, possessive form of he will become his, and her will become her itself, or you can write hers. Okay, and the possessive form of its. Okay, the next one, the plural of third person, that is there is only one, they, and the objective form of they is them, and the possessive form is their or theirs. Okay. So these are the subjective form, these are the objective forms, and here you will get them as possessive forms. Okay, but you may notice that with some of the possessive forms I have add s, or I have add ine. Okay, like this you can see mine, ours, yours, has, okay, and then theirs. The words on which I have put the tick are known as double possessive, and they are always used as a pronoun. On the other hand, they are my, our, you, his, her, it, or their. They are known as single possessive, and they are used as the adjective. They are used before the noun. That's why they are called adjective. And you know the name, possessive adjective or pronominal adjective. They are used as pronominal adjective. Okay, so let's get some examples of them here. If I just write, this is my friend. Okay, you know, we have used my. Friend is a noun, and before noun we have used my, so this has been used as an adjective here, that is possessive adjective, or you can say pronominal adjective. But they will always be used as the pronouns, like this. If you say, this book is yours, you can say yours, you can say mine, you can say ours, you can say theirs, like this you can say. Okay, so they will not take any noun immediately after them. That's why they are always pronoun and possessive form, as they, like my, our, you, his, her, it, their, will always take a noun immediately after them. That's why they become adjective, and without noun they will never be used in a sentence. Okay, hope you have got the idea. So you can remember the different types of pronoun, because most of the students would like to face finding out third person. Okay, remember that except I, we, and you, all the persons are third person. Except I, we, and you, except these three, all the pronouns, all the things in the world are third person. Hope you have got the idea. Okay. So after personal pronoun, we will move to demonstrative pronoun. Let's see what are there in demonstrative pronoun. Well, here you can see that these are the pronouns. They are also known as demonstrative pronouns. Okay, so we use demonstrative pronouns to refer to the objects to which they belong. Okay, so it may be very much difficult for you, so let me explain it in another way. That is, we use demonstrative pronoun to indicate the noun specifically. Okay, let's see. So here you can see this is a singular and it is used for the nearest thing, and the plural of these is these. They are plural. They are also used instead of the things that is nearer. On the other hand, that is also singular, but they are used to refer to the thing that is staying away. Okay, and those are the plural form of that, and the use of those is like that. Okay, so let's get some examples here. If you say, this is my house. Okay, what do you mean by this? By this, you are referring to that particular house. Okay, so this is my house. That means the house is near to you, not the far. Okay, so if you like to refer to a thing that is staying away or far away, then you can use that like this. That is your village. Okay, you are not near the village, you are far away from the village, but you can say that is your village. That means you are referring to a thing that is far away. Okay. So if you just want to refer to the plural things that is near you, then you can say these are your pencils. That means the pencils are near you. Okay, that's why you are using these are your pencils. So these refers to the pencils. Okay, and we are specifically meaning these pencils, nothing else. Okay, and this is the plural form of these P. This is singular and these are the plural form of these, as I already told you over there. So here you can say with those are your pencil. That is, the pencils are not near you. They may be remaining far away, and you are just indicating that those are your pencil, like this. So those are used for the pencils here. And there is a special use of this and that, these and those. Let's get an example. Okay, so if you say the rice of Dinajpur is better than that of Borishal. Okay, here we are using the pronoun that. That is used instead of the rice. Okay, so we are comparing the rice of Dinajpur and Borishal. Okay, so here we have used that instead of the rice, but if you get the noun here, the pronoun plural, then we have to use those over there. Okay, so this is a special use, and most of the time the students would like to make mistakes with this one because they would like to use here the rice. We should not repeat any noun. So in order to the repetition of the noun, in order to remove the repetition of the noun, we use that as a pronoun. So one thing that you have to remember, that if the noun here is plural, then we have to use those at the place of that. As it is a singular noun, that's why I have used that over there. Okay, hope you have got a clear idea. One thing that I would like to tell you, that these are the pronouns that can be also used as adjective, and then they will become demonstrative adjective. And in order to get the use of them, please watch my video on the uses of adjectives, and I think you will get a clear idea of them as an adjective, demonstrative adjective. Okay, let's move on to the next one, that is interrogative pronoun. Okay, here you can see the interrogative pronoun. Okay, they are known as interrogative pronouns. So let's know what is an interrogative pronoun. Actually, the pronouns that we use to form a question is called interrogative pronoun. Okay, so let's get some examples of the interrogative pronoun here. So here you will get the first one is who is always used as a subject, whom is always used as an object, and whose is used as a possessive form, the possessive form of who, but we can use it as singularly or simply without any noun. Okay, though it is followed by a noun, but we can, when we will use without noun, then it will become the pronoun. But if you use interrogative pronoun, but if you use it with a noun, then it will become pronominal adjective. Okay, so let's get some examples of them. If I say, who are you? That means I don't know you. That's why I'm making the questions. Who are you? So who has been used to ask a question. Okay, so let's get an example of whom. Like, whom do you want? Okay, So I don't know whom he is demanding, but that's why I'm just asking the questions. Whom do you want? Whom also has been used as an interrogative word, that is interrogative pronoun here. So let's get an example with whose. Whose is this pencil? That means you don't know the owner. That's why you're just asking the questions with whose. But if you ask like this, whose pencil is this? Then this is also a question, but here it has been used as an interrogative pronoun, but here it has been used as an interrogative adjective. Why? Because after whose, here in the second sentence you will get a noun. So if we use any word before a noun, then it will work as an adjective. That's why whose here has been used as an adjective, but here as a pronoun, interrogative pronoun. Let's move on to the next one. What? Okay, if you say like this, what do you do? That means you want to know about the profession of that man or the activities of that man. That's why you're asking the questions like what. Okay, what here has been used also as an interrogative pronoun. Let's move on to the last one, which. So which is your seat? Okay, so suppose you have just got on a train and you were just looking for your seat. Somehow you have got your seat, but someone has already occupied your seat. Then you can ask that man, say, which is your seat? This is my seat. Why are you sitting on my seat? Okay, you can say like this. Okay, so there is this difference between what and which. If you just asked a question with what, then you just want to know something that is general. But if you ask question with which, then you want to know something specific. I hope you have got an idea about the interrogative pronoun. Okay, so next one is relative pronoun. Okay, now I will talk about relative pronoun. You may be surprised seeing this type of pronouns because I have already discussed them as interrogative pronoun, yet I am discussing them as a relative pronoun. Okay, so let's see when they will become interrogative pronoun and when they will become relative pronoun. Okay, let me clear it first here. When you will use them to form a question, then they will become interrogative pronoun. But if you use them to relate a clause with a noun preceding before them, then they will become relative pronoun. And I have written here an extra word that is that. I have not discussed this on in the previous one, that is in the interrogative pronoun, but I will discuss it here. Okay, let's see how they become a relative pronoun in a sentence. So if I just write an example here like this, I saw a boy. Okay, the boy was lame. You can say, sir, why are you writing like this? Where is relative pronoun? Okay, here we will bring the relative pronoun. Okay, so I saw a boy. I have seen a boy, and the boy, which boy? That I saw. Okay, so the boy was lame. That means I saw a boy and the boy I saw was lame. Okay, so I will make a relation between them. Okay, the relative pronoun is used instead of a singular noun. If you get double noun, the same double nouns, then we have to substitute the second one with the relative pronoun. So here you will get a boy as a noun, the boy referring to the same noun. So two nouns are here, then we will substitute one. So which one? The next one. Okay, so here the full stop will be removed. At the same time, we will remove this part. Okay, as you know, the boy was the subject of this sentence, so we have to use the subjective form. Here the subjective form is who. Okay, so let's use, I saw a boy who was lame. Okay, you can see that who has built a relationship with the previous clause, that is this clause, and especially for with the boy, that means it has made relationship of the next sentence with the boy. And here the noun that is used before that type of relative pronoun is called an antecedent. That means the boy is an antecedent. Okay, the boy is the antecedent of the relative pronoun who. You may notice that I am not using who for making the questions. I am just using who to make a relationship with the previous noun. That's why this is a relative pronoun. Okay, let's see another example with whom. You can see like this. My father has helped a girl. Okay. Okay. Z-I helped a girl. Okay. I saw her in the market. Okay, you know, who is a subjective form and the objective form of who is whom. Okay, so here the girl has been used as an object of the verb has helped, and in the next sentence you will get that I saw her. So her refers to whom? Her refers to the girl. That means the same girl whom my father has helped. Okay, so this is the objective form here in the sentence. So what will be the relative pronoun of this one? Her will become whom. It will take whom. So where should we use this whom? We will use this whom in between the two sentences to make a relationship. Okay, so if we just remove this full stop from here, and if we use here whom, then this one will be removed from the sentence. Then the sentence will be like this: my father has helped the girl whom I saw in the market. So here whom has been used as a relative pronoun. Okay, so you know whose will be used instead of a possessive form, and what it may be subjective form or objective form, which will be like that will also be used as a subjective form or an objective form. They will be used as just like this as the relative pronoun, that is they will make a relation with the relation of the subordinating clause with the principal clause. Hope you have got a clear idea of relative pronoun. So let's move on to the next one, that is indefinite pronoun. Well, these are some of the indefinite pronoun. Okay, so from the word indefinite, I guess you have understood the meaning of indefinite. Okay, so we use indefinite pronoun instead of a persons or things in general, not specific. Okay, so here you can see I've used one should respect one's parents. So which one? You are not sure. That means it refers to the every person. Everyone should respect his parents. Okay, so that's why I have used here one, not specifically for a particular person, but overall one. So one represents all human beings. So one should respect one's parents. In the next other examples, you can see these mangoes are rotten. Give me the good ones. Okay, here I have used ones. So you can see that one can be used in a singular form or both in plural form. So here I have used ones as a plural one, that is ones. Ones represents the good ones. Okay. So in the next example, none of the boys is or are good. This is a very problematic pronoun, indefinite pronoun. Okay. So none can be both singular and plural. You can use either of them. Okay, so here none of the boys is or are good. You are not sure which one is good and which one is bad. That's why you are expressing your ideas like this in a non-specific way. So none of the boys is or are good. Okay. Same is the case with some. So some is always used instead of a plural persons. It will never be singular. It is always plural. It can be used either for persons or either for things. Okay, here I have used for the person. So some are born genius, you know. So which one? You are not specific, but some may born genius. Like you can say there are thousands of scientists or thousands of writers in the world, like Shakespeare. In case of scientists, you can say Aristotle, okay, and there are many who were born genius. That's why you can say some are born genius. Okay, in the next one, many of them were injured and few escaped unhurt. That means in a groups there may be hundreds of peoples, and suddenly they may face an accident, or they may be set with a battle. Over there they some of them may be injured, or someone may escaped from that place. That's why you are not sure of the number of the injured people, or you are not sure about the people who escaped unhurt. That's why you can say like this: many of them were injured. That is, many has been used here as an indefinite pronoun, or you can say a few escaped unhurt, but you don't know the exact number. That's why you are saying like this: many and few, they are used here as indefinite pronoun. Hope you have got a clear concept of the indefinite pronoun. Next, move on to the next one, that is distributive pronoun. Well, as you can see, these are known as distributive pronoun, that is each, either, neither, every. Okay, so let's know what is a distributive pronoun. Actually, a distributive pronoun is a pronoun that we use to refer to the persons or things one at a time. As we refer to one at a time, that's why they are always, that means they are always in singular number. That's why after them we have to use the singular verb. Okay, so let's get some examples here. As in the first example, you can see each of the students has received a prize. Okay, so here each means there are some other students. We are referring to them, to all of them, but one by one. Okay, that's why each has become a singular form. That's why it has received a singular verb, that is has, not have. Okay, so in the next sentence, either of the roads will lead you to the college. That means there may be two roads, okay, and you can follow either of them to go to a college. Okay, that's why we have used either. Now okay, so in between two, on or both of them can lead you to the college. That's why we are using here either. Either of the roads will lead you to the college. Okay, here in the next one, neither of the boys are good. That means there are two boys. Okay, so between these two boys, no one is good. That's why you can say like this: neither of the boys are good. Okay, next, in the next, every one of them is present. That means you were just attending a meeting, and in that meeting maybe 20, 30, 50 or hundreds of people will gather, and if you are sure that all of them have come to the meeting, then you can say every one of them is present in the meeting. But here is a verb that is singular verb, as it is a third person singular number. But there is a problem with distributive pronoun, because sometimes they can be distributive adjective, that is pronominal adjective, like this. If you use each, immediately after each, if you use the noun, that is noun, then it will become the adjective. It will not be a pronoun like distributive pronoun. Same is the case with this one, either boy. Remember, we have to use the singular form after them, and neither boy, we have to also use the singular ideas before them, okay, after them. So that's why if we use noun immediately after them, they will become the adjective, not the pronoun. Hope you have got the clear idea. So here in the next portion, that is reflexive pronoun. the most important topics, let's discuss this one. Well, in this part you can see there is two parts, that is reflexive and empathic pronoun. Okay, but they are looking like same in form, but there is difference in case of use. So let's see them. Actually, these are the pronouns that are used both as a reflexive pronoun and empathic pronoun. Okay, so how can we form a reflexive pronoun, or when it becomes a reflexive pronoun and when it becomes an empathic pronoun? Okay, so let's discuss the formation of them. Okay, if I say the word my, my is the positive form. If we use or if we add self with my, then it will become myself. That means we can form the positive reflexive pronoun using self with the positive form. Okay, sometimes we can add self with the object form. Let's see this one. If I say him plus self, then it will become himself. Okay, so him is the objective form, here my is the positive form. That is, sometimes we use self with the positive form and sometimes we use self with the objective form, and thus we can form the reflexive pronoun or the emphatic pronoun. So when it becomes a reflexive pronoun, actually we use them as a reflexive pronoun when the subject and the object refer to the same person. Let's get an example here. If I just write, he fans himself. Okay, you can see this is the subject and this is the verb, and he is doing this thing to whom? To himself. Okay, that is, the subject and the object refer to the same person. That's why it has become the reflexive pronoun. Another thing that I would like to tell you, that when the pronoun, this type of pronoun will be used immediately after the verb. That means when we use them as an object, then they will become the reflexive pronoun. So what about emphatic pronoun? Okay, emphatic pronoun is used to emphasize something or to emphasize the action or emphasize the person. Then when we use this type of pronoun to put emphasize, then they become the emphatic pronoun. Let's get an example here. He himself does the work. Okay, so here you can see, here he is the pronoun, and immediately after the pronoun we have used another pronoun to put emphasis on himself. That is, it is putting emphasis on it. That's why it has become the emphasis pronoun. So the meaning of the sentence is that it is he who does the work. Okay, that means we are sure, we are just blaming that person for doing that type of activities. Okay, so I hope you have got the clear idea. So when we use them after the verb, that means as an object, then they will become the reflexive pronoun. But when we use them to put emphasis, that means immediately after the noun or the pronoun, then it will become the emphatic pronoun, as in the example of the two. So here himself has been used as a reflexive pronoun, and here himself has been used as an emphatic pronoun. Okay, hope you have got your idea clear. So next, let's move on to the last one, that is reciprocal pronoun. Well, as you can see, this is the last one, but not the least important. This is the reciprocal pronoun. Okay, reciprocal pronoun means the pronouns that refer to the reciprocal relationship, that is the cooperative relationship. Okay, so they are very few in number, that is only each other and on another. They are used as reciprocal pronouns. So what are the use of them? When should we use each other? When should we use one another? Okay, I have given a short note over there, that is when you will say something or something will occur in between two persons, then we have to use each other. And when something will occur in between more than two persons, okay, then we have to use one another. Let's get an example here. Okay, if you say the two boys have helped each other in distress. Okay, so you may notice that each other. Why? Because there is the difference of two boys. Okay, so let's get another example with one another. If I write like this, the boys have helped, okay, one another in distress. That is, you're not sure how many boys are there, but you're sure that there are not two boys only. If there were two boys here, then you can use each other, as you are not sure of the number, especially there is more than twos. That's why we have used one another. Okay, in many competitive exams you will get questions like this. Okay, you will get the questions in an order that there will be the wrong use of this type of reciprocal pronoun. But if you just remember these two techniques, that when something will occur in between two persons, then we have to use each other, and in the rest of the cases then we have to use one another. Hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.